I actually, I love that the story starts with such a bang. You know, it's such a primal problem immediately. You have a child from a fling, someone that you didn't have a relationship with, and you have his baby. He disappears from your life. You have another man that is not the child's biological father, but that loves the child and is willing to raise him as his own. The biological father comes back into the picture. Do you tell him, even if he is poisonous to the child? Do you not tell him? It's a very like it's turmoil. It's torture. It's torture, and especially asking around, talking to women that maybe weren't in this extreme of a situation, but that have this problem, that grapple with this. They either had a fling with someone, or maybe even an ex that just is not a great influence for the child, and the non-biological person and the father is. So it's just a lot of back and forth, and it was just so stressful, that whole.
It was a fantastic role in a wonderful movie.
Thank
There
you.
are rumors of Oscar. What do you feel of, like, Oscar nominations?
No, you never know. I've been in this, I think maybe if I was new, I would be buying into any kind of hype, but I've been in this business a long time now, and I know from experience that you absolutely cannot ever listen to that stuff. People get excited, people say things, and it's wonderful, but you just have to keep doing your work. For me, it finishes when I wrap the film. And now I just think it's my job to try to tell everybody about it, but Well, it's satisfying when I do films like this. It hasn't been satisfying in other, years ago when I was a, struggling actress, really trying to make a name for myself and kind of prove myself. That was difficult because people try to label you, and then you're only you end up labeling yourself in ways and stereotyping yourself. And I really am so proud of my work in the last few years. Working with directors like James Gray, working with the Werner Herzog, now working with Leos Carax in his new film Holy Motors, Derek Cianfrance. This is where I live. This is where I'm happiest, doing different characters. And
do you feel that you grow as an actress every day?
Yes, every day. And as much as I take acting class, and I still take acting classes, which I love. I love studying theater. That's what I do in my class. I feel like the more I live my life, that's what really makes me a better actress. And you can see it as I was younger, in my 20s or early 30s. I was very, very sheltered, And now I'm living, and I've lived, and now I get to bring all of that into my work, which is exciting for me. I think it's doing, just staying true to my taste. And my taste happens to lie in doing work like this. Like, these are my favorite types of films. You asked me some of my favorite directors, Mike Leigh. Nobody would know that, but this is, Mike Leigh is, to me, one of the greatest. And I hear that his process is somewhat like Derek's in a way, similar in the organic nature, but that's where my taste lies, and that's what I want to do. I just, for whatever reason, wasn't given the opportunities early on. So I think what you have to do is just persevere and just keep knocking down those walls. And anytime somebody thinks they have you pegged, you have to just turn around and do something to shock the hell out of them. It's also why I do a lot of stuff with Funny or Die too, with the website and stuff. You just got to, whether it's being funny or super dramatic or whatever it may be. My Leos Carax, the film, Leos Carax film, I'm wearing white makeup and a red long wig, and I mean, I really went, and I don't say a word the whole movie. It's just, it's interesting. So it's about doing that stuff, doing things that are outside the box. Well, Ryan and I knew each other for years, so we did not meet on this movie. So that's nice when you know people and you have a rapport with them, And the great thing about Derek is he makes everything very comfortable, So yeah, that was great. We had always wanted to work together, and we finally did. So that happened like that. The second half of the film, I wanted you to really feel like she had neglected herself completely.
She let go for
everything for her kid. And I think even you barely see the other child. She has another child, Vanessa. with Kofi, and you barely see her. You hear of her in the film, but you barely see her. And I think that's really interesting because unfortunately, I think she paid so much attention to her problem child that she felt she created, that she neglected her other child, and she's just a very tortured woman. Yeah. Honestly, when you ask me like who my favorite actresses are, and I say it's Julianne Moore, it's Annette Bening, of course Meryl Streep, they're all way over 40, even over 50. So I think there is something beautiful that happens when you age in Hollywood. Your roles get better. You get better roles. Certainly, if you look back, I started this industry when I was, 24, 23, 24, which is late. But if you look back to the films I've done, I have done my best work the last few years, no question. And that's just, it's just getting better and better. So I actually have a positive outlook on that because the roles do get better the older you get. I'm so relaxed. I take all these different classes. I make a movie a year, if that. And it's just I only do, I'll tell you, I'll be very honest, 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I decided I would never take a film for monetary reasons again, and that liberated me, and it's changed ever since. It's part of being, I guess, American as well. But the truth is, I got to this place where I was just very content, and I'm like, I have enough. I have a house, and my mom has a house, and that's all I need. To take care of my mom, that was the first thing I did, and take care of myself.